Hello, everyone. I'm Alex Owen, a solutions architect here at Databricks. Today, I want to introduce you to LakeFlow Connect, our newest ingestion tool that makes it easier than ever to connect your data sources to Databricks. With built-in connectors for popular databases, SaaS applications, and file sources, data teams can now build efficient and incremental pipelines at scale without the headache of complicated setup or maintenance. Today, we'll be spotlighting LakeFlow Connect for Salesforce, and this is a great way to bring in your CMR data into Databricks and unlock high-value use cases like predicting customer churn, personalizing customer experiences, or even identifying upsell opportunities. And all this can be done within the Databricks platform. So let's jump into it. So here we're on the Add Data page, and I have a few different connectors to pick from. We have SQL Server, Google Analytics, ServiceNow, but today I'm going to pick Salesforce. I really like this UI because it's intuitive and it also has some instructions to guide me along the process. So the first thing I'm going to do is give my pipeline a name. Next, I'll define a destination Unity catalog. And then I'll pick an existing connection to Salesforce. One thing to note about these connections is that they're managed by Unity Catalog, so you get all the governance benefits of access control and auditing. So we'll click Go, and in just a few moments, we'll scan Salesforce for available data. Now that we've established a connection to Salesforce, we can see the data available to us. My use case today is going to be around accounts. So I'm going to select the accounts table. And now I'm going to select the destination Unity catalog schema. Now that we've defined our pipeline and configured the source and the destination, there's one important thing we're not configuring, and that's compute. And that's because LakeFlow Connect runs on serverless compute. So you no longer have to worry about what instance type to choose or what auto-scaling ratio is right for your use case. So our next step here is we're going to create a schedule because we want to ensure the freshest data. So we'll click Create Schedule, and we can set up a high-level schedule here, something to run per day or per hour per week, but oftentimes we need something a little bit more advanced. And here we can configure the minutes and the seconds. We can show the cron tab syntax, or we can even configure the time zone. Today, I'm going to be firing off this pipeline ad hoc, so we don't need a schedule, but what we do need is a notification for success and failure. Here I can add additional email recipients or remove them. So let's save and run this pipeline. Now that our pipeline is up and running, we can monitor the progress with the Delta Live Tables UI. Delta Live Tables is another ingestion tool that LakeFlow Connect is built on top of. We can see details of the pipeline here, where we see the pipeline ID, the connection it was built on top of. We can also see update details for this pipeline, or even drill into the individual data sets. Here, I want to look at the account table. So now I can see the schema of the table. I can see any kind of data quality thresholds we've defined. But more importantly, I can hop out to Unity Catalog and start exploring the data. Now I'm in Unity Catalog. Again, I can see the schema, but I can also see a sample of my data to see what I've ingested. So we can see we have some null values and some other things going on. So now this is a great candidate to be enriched with a additional ETL pipeline, and then finally out to reporting or Gen AI use cases. This is the end of the demo today, but if you're excited about bringing in your data in a really easy way, try LakeFlow Connect today.